Hello and welcome to another video review brought to you by yours truly, Thorazine. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Mortal Kombat figure by the way of Rain from the Mortal Kombat Classic Ninja 6-pack. This 6-pack also included Reptile, Sub-Zero, Smoke, Noob Saibot, and Airback. Rain, however, was the figure that was billed as being exclusive to the 6-pack. So assumably that will be the only figure that is not available single-cardedly in the future. Right off the top you can see that this is just another variation on the classic Mortal Kombat Ninja design, again which is typical of the Mortal Kombat character design. My biggest qualms about this figure are the matte finish on the paint applications through the purple. It does give the figure a slightly cheap feel, like it was hand painted. Not a deal breaker for me. My other complaint about the figure is that they do use a slightly rubbery plastic, which also lends to the figure's cheap feel. There is a little bit of QC issue, as if you can notice here, the pin that holds the elbow together on my Rain is not all the way pushed through, which is something I will have to go back and fix here when I'm done shooting this video. Again, not a deal breaker for me. I don't really play with my figures too much. Usually once I shoot a video review or photos for a written review, most of my figures go on a shelf and they hardly ever get touched again unless I need to bring them out for another review for comparison shots. Speaking of comparison shots, let's go ahead and get the standard Marvel Universe figure and G.I. Joe figure into the shot so you can see how well this figure scales with other 3 3/4 inch figures. As you can see, they're roughly all about the same size. I do think the G.I. Joe guy here does have a little bit of height advantage on him. Maybe Magneto too, with the stand or without the stand. Probably due to the helmet molding on both of them. But they do scale nicely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on this figure. Ankle, excuse me, has a hinge point which allows you to move the foot up and down, as well as a swivel point that provides 360-degree rotation at the ankle. The knee is single hinged, allowing for 90 degrees of motion there, as well as 360-degree rotation at the knee. The hip is ball jointed, which allows for 90 degrees of lateral motion and about the same in the forward direction. You don't get much as far as backwards motion in the leg due to the hind area, kind of blocking that range of motion. You can also swivel the leg 360 degrees there at the hip. Nothing in the waist, mid-torso, you got that typical kind of rocking motion. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, that most 3 3/4 inch figures have, that allow you to bring the upper body forward and backwards slightly, as well as turn the body from side to side. You do get a full 360-degree rotation there. The hands are attached with the typical peg and hole assembly that allows for a 360-degree rotation at the wrist. Elbow single hinge, 90 degrees of movement there, as well as 360-degree rotation. The shoulder is ball hinged with the swivel point, which allows for over 90 degrees of lateral motion, as well as 360-degree rotation. The head is attached with a ball joint, which allows you to make the figure look up and down, as well as cock the head from side to side for expressive posing. You also can get a full 360-degree rotation there thanks to the ball joint. Final thoughts on this figure. I would recommend them with a grain of salt. I don't know if I would go much over retail on this 6-pack, which is around $35. If you can find them at your local Toys R Us, I would definitely recommend grabbing the 6-pack up. You figure you get 6 figures for $35. That's roughly $6 a figure. That's way below retail compared to the single-carded figures. If not just for the value, it is nice to have 6 of the 7 classic Ninjas, all in 3 3/4 inch scale. I don't know how much over retail I'd recommend going. That is up to you and how much you desire to have these ninjas in your collection. That being said, this has been another video review brought to you by yours truly, Thorazine. Thank you for watching, and tune in again when we'll be talking about some more toys.